after they lose. It's sad. Pausing the game, pausing the music. I mean, here we go. Hello and welcome to another match of Dota 2 for the StarLadder Qualifiers to decide which team will take the place of We As Asian in Star Series Season 5, which will start shortly, by the way, or shortly. Very soon. I'm not sure if the official date is known just yet, and I'm not sure if I even am allowed to say that, so, you know, just say soon. Trademark. So, we're gonna see a game between Power Rangers and Natural 9. Now, we did see Power Rangers for 2 games in a row already, because they have been managing to beat their opponents time and time again to get to the semi-finals of the winner's bracket, if you can call it that way. It's all best out of 1, but it is a double elimination bracket. So, if one of these teams lose, they will still be dropped down to the losers bracket, and we'll still have a chance to get to that finals. By the way, not all games are going to be played today. We're going to be having tomorrow for the losers bracket semi-finals, for the losers bracket finals, and also, of course, for the grand finals. And grand finals are going to be best out of 3. So it's going to be this game, Natural 9 taking on Power Rangers. We did see the end of the game Natural 9 had in the previous game. They were running an anti-mage, so we're doing the whole anti-mage thing. They were behind for a very long time. I think we just got dropped in by the time that, by the time by the time they had their anti-mage farmed up, and then they turned everything around. Before that, their opponents were ahead, were leading. We're gonna see what this game, if there's something different. We do have again Power Rangers picking up that Wisp as a first pickup, and a Keeper of Light again. So again, mobility is the word. They could still pick up that Life Stealer if they want to. We have a Darkseer being banned out together with a Bat Rider, Nyx, and an Undying. And a Rubik and a Beastmaster picked up by Natural 9, which is very interesting. Normally we don't see a Beastmaster being picked up that early. Rubik, yeah, it's nice to have a Rubik, but Beastmaster, not that often. And Beastmaster's already nice against that Lifestealer, which is probably why Power Rangers took a bit longer time to think about what they were actually gonna be picking up there. And because, of course, I mean, do you really want a Lifestealer when you know that there's already a Roar to counter you? So that goes through the Rage, of course, which is basically the argument that you can have then. And yes, they do want to have that Lifestealer, so they pick it up, and again we see Natural 9 picking up the anti-mage, with now the Weaver being banned out, which is interesting, because Weaver banned out is quite unusual, especially if you also have an anti-mage, because you want to have, well, anti-mage free farm, but you also want to have the Weaver free farmer, so it's quite unusual to see that ban. Just checking chat if there is anything there that says, you know, we're actually gonna be banning something else because we misclicked, something like that, perhaps. Anyways, I have to see, I hosted it, yeah, okay, I just had to check with the admin to see if I indeed hosted that, and if I did host that, and I did host that. And, yeah, so, there we are. We have got a Shadow Demon ban out by the Power Rangers. They don't want to be dealing with that one. I mean, they've got the Wisp, Keeper of Light, and Lifestealer. We've seen it before. We've seen it in the first game they played today. And they were able to crush NTW with that. I mean, they didn't stand a chance. Early game aggression, it was the word for them. And they actually went for a trial lane. And we've seen Wisp mid lane, so 2 times in a row now. So we're probably going to see it again this time as well. And I do think that Natural 9 will not be expecting that. So they are now preparing for a lane together with the Wisp and Keeper of Light. And are, of course, not banning out any other supports for Power Rangers. Since they are not expecting them to pick up one of those, even though they are probably gonna. Having said that, they picked up the Rubik before that, though, together with the Keeper of Light and the Lifestealer, and that's no longer gonna be an option. We have the Magnus and the Brewmaster banned out, as Bounty Hunter was the last ban out for Power Rangers. I mean, Beastmaster on the side of Natural 9 could be going mid with Anti-Mage going on the safe lane, of course. Rubik could be support there, so they are still banning out the Bounty Hunter, just in case. Bounty Hunter and Beastmaster actually make a great team. Of course, you can just roar a target, and then Bounty Hunter comes in. I mean, both heroes have the same idea of having that level 6 up, and then going around to go for kills, so that works out great together. Puck being banned out now as well, and therefore Lone Druid being picked up for the safe lane, probably to farm there, as we've seen them do before. I mean, we've seen them farming the long lane actually on the Lone Druid. Might be enough to do that again this time and go for a safe lane, depending on, of course, if they should be trying to shut down that anti-mage or not, because that's probably gonna be the argument there. We're gonna see what Natural 9 wants to pick up next, if we're gonna see a Oh, not the puck from them. We saw them playing the puck in the previous game, actually. Worked out great. They played a Nature's Prophet, actually, in the previous game also, so we might see them picking up that one. As I do like that for this game, we have got Natural 9 actually having their proper nicknames on, which was not the case in the previous game. But previous game, they didn't really have an official caster in that game, so that's the reason why. And they're going to be picking up the Nature's Prophet once again, so we're going to see Godot on his Nature's Prophet. And also, of course, having that extra mobility and even more so, I mean, yeah, well, I'm in conflict here because I like Nature's Prophet as a pick. I mean, he can be great mid-game, able to make lanes in their favor just by sheerly outnumbering them if he comes to join the lane for a moment. But he is also one of those heroes that is gonna be split pushing, so he's gonna be by himself a lot. Now, what is more deadly than a wisp TPing into you when he knows you're alone? On the other hand, they could also use it for bait. So it's tricky. But we're gonna see how they're gonna be dealing with that. At least Godot will not be having that much freedom as he normally has on that Nature's Prophet, I guess. We're gonna see. Okay, I forgot how to pronounce the name of the Natural 9 guy with a name I cannot pronounce. I asked it before the game started. It was Noisosnu, but he's also, I could also name him Jimmy, because apparently his name is Tim. I can call him Tim, not Timmy. Sorry, my bad. Tim. I'll call him Tim. Anyways, it's gonna be first Power Rangers for the last pick. Sorry, I get easily distracted. It's how I work. So yeah. Whoa! Hello, Ogre Magi. New hero. Wow, did I just say that? I mean new hero. Oops. So Ogre Magi being picked up is quite interesting to see because, well, he is probably going to be going as a support together with the Keeper of Light and the Lifestealer. They're probably having confused Natural 9 by now with that pickup because they don't know what they're going to be up against and who's going to be mid. But I like it.
10 seconds remaining.
Purely because I like Ogre Magi. I'm not sure how it's going to work out against the heroes from Natural 9. I mean, you kind of rely on that multicast.
Reserve time.
But I'm not sure how that's going to work out for them. We're going to see it though. We're going to see it all. By the way, if people want to look at the brackets, you can do that on StarLadder.tv on their website. It's the first news post, and if you're wondering why it's all in Russian, there is actually a flag on the top right corner where you can click the English flag and everything can go on to English, so you can see the entire brackets in English if you want, including the roster of when which game is going to be played. At the same time, if you want to watch these games inside the game client, that's also possible. Because every game is open to observers, and you can just find the players and then right-click and click watch game. Find the players is usually done by finding their team name and then by clicking on their team and then going to watch their game that way. So you can do it that way. And more importantly, no, that was actually it. You can watch all the games inside the game client. And Windrunner being picked up by Natural 9. We saw that in the previous game as well. So there, I have to say, I mean, their lineup looks quite the same as our previous game. Even though we didn't really see previous game all that much. I mean, we saw these, so we know kind of what they're going to be doing. And to be fair, I mean, the same goes for Power Ranger. We saw that as well. Why change a winning lineup? Why change a winning strategy, right? There's no real reason for that one. Let's just switch overlays to see the entire map and not just half of it. By the way, as you can notice, my voice is not really doing the greatest right now. Did I actually switch to the right overlay? Yes, I did. Was the overlay changed from Valve? It looked like it did. With blacker sidebars and stuff. They're getting ready for...
Prepare for battle.
For things. Okay. So my voice is doing okay-ish. So let's see who's playing what. Natural 9 is gonna be the one up on the Radiant side. We're gonna have Shatan playing the Beastmaster. It's gonna be Tim playing the Rubik. Jizz in my pants. It's gonna be Harakun. We're gonna have Risk playing. Well, it's Harakun. Yeah, Harakun playing Anti-Mage. It's gonna be Risk playing the Windrunner, and that will leave only one. It is gonna be Godot, of course, on his Nature's Prophet, who's gonna be going into the jungle. So we're gonna have a dual lane on the bottom lane with probably the Anti-Mage and the Rubik Beastmaster mid and Windrunner on the off lane. No real surprise there. It's quite standard heroes that we have there. And to be fair, quite a safe lineup. And I mean, that's the way to go, I guess, if you just want to get ahead into that finals. You don't really have time to try to experiment or something. You need to have a safe thing. You need to have something that you know you can win with, and that is this for Netro 9. At the same time, it's also this for Power Rangers, as they have proven in the previous games. We have Moon again on the Lifestealer. We have Nini playing the Keeper of Light. It's gonna be ZXC playing the Ogre Magi, and that's gonna be an aggressive trial lane, which we knew was gonna happen. Mid lane is gonna be Kat again on the Wisp. We've seen him 2 times in a row now. We know he can do this, and I have to say, it's enjoyable to watch. So, we're gonna see more aggression coming out from this Wisp than you're probably used to, depending on if you were here for the previous games as well, of course. We're gonna have SHRCT playing the Lone Druid once more. He's gonna be on the top lane by himself up against the Windrunner. Should be having a fun time, but yeah, nothing really exciting to say about that. Unless he's gonna get lucky in tangles, he won't really be able to kill off the Windrunner. The same thing goes for the Windrunner though. Should not be able to kill off the Lone Druid, though she can arrest quite a bit, but we'll see how that's gonna go. Now, this lane is gonna be way more interesting. Of course, middle lane is going to be okayish, but Beastmaster is going to be going for levels, so it's going to be safe, and Whisper's going to go for levels as well. Maybe try and be as well. He's kind of rest with those spirits. But this bottom lane is the one that we're going to watch most probably, because I'm expecting First Blood to be happening here, unless Beastmaster makes a giant mistake, or unless Windrunner or Lone Druid makes a giant mistake, or Wisp makes a giant mistake. But against the Beastmaster, it's hard to not to die, I guess, as a ranged hero there. But for Power Rangers, their trial lane to work out, they need to kill off the Anti-Mage, or at least make sure he's not getting any experience, and that is going to be requiring quite some harassment, quite some action here on this bottom lane. I do believe, as we do have got Godot pulling and stacking in the jungle at the same time. Blockers comes out of there instantly, but that's one of the difference that you've... Oh, look. Hey, why did I see his items? Because that's not normally an item. I like it. He got a tail. Anyway, sorry, I had distraction. See, I told you so. Anyways. That's not normally something that, or that's not something that Power Rangers has, so they don't have the luxury to farm in the jungle. Being the aggressive trial lane, so they have to get their experience from kills, and we're gonna see them trying to get them. So far though, Anti-Mage is getting some farm, which is cool. Nah, not that good. It's just not that good. At the same time, it's hard to harass because they only got one range hero, and Anti-Mage can of course just blink away. At the same time, there's a Rubik also able to harass if you really want, so they counter ward that ward instantly, knowing that they need to get that pool going to make sure that Anti-Mage feels slightly safe to just go in and right click. So far he's got himself a Poor Man's Shield, so able to take the harassment a bit better, as we have actually got the invisibility rune picked up by the Wisp. His bottle is complete, and we've got Beastmaster being on 9 for 5 so far. Anti-Mage, he's fine, he's fine. Oh, stun. Illuminate flying through, he can still try to blink away, actually. He blinked, but he blinked straight forward. Can he take it? Telekinesis helping out, stun hitting there, and that's gonna be enough to make sure that he's not gonna go down today, or at least not for now, not this minute. Not this second, rather, because who knows what happens at the end of this minute, you know. Stoda. Everything can happen. But yeah, we have Windrunner 8 for 1, doing fine. Lone Druid though, 12 for 4, getting better off this lane. No surprise there, but at the same time, Windrunner is pretty happy about this too. I mean, she's the long off lane. As long as she's getting levels, she should be okay, she should be fine. But she's actually getting some farm here, and she's leveling probably faster than she would have if she was against the tri lane there. As we have Nini actually pausing the game for now. Need a second. By the way, for people wondering, this is what people are wondering about, because we are of course on the US East server, so it is a bit ping for both teams, and we have got around 300 from Netro 9 Australian team, with of course two, I believe two Swedes in it, I believe, at least Tim is a Swede. Don't know about Harakun, but I believe that's the same thing for him. But we also have, of course, then a Russian team, or sorry, I'm not sure if it's Russian, but Power Rangers on a US West server, US East server. So they are about 200 ping. So just so you know that, and I know that a lot of people want to know that all the time. So there you go. And again, they're gonna try it, stun hitting, Illuminate flying through. Now you have to know that, I mean, Ogre Magi stun is a very low cooldown. Very low mana costs, to be fair, and you have a Keeper of Light, just refueling mana. And Ogre Magi is one of those heroes that later in the game, his strength comes from being able to stun stuns constantly, throw out those ignites constantly, and just being annoying all the time. as they're gonna go for the Rubik here. Telekinesis is still there. There goes the Ignite as well. Illuminate flying through. They might actually try to go for this one. Do they have something more? They need a Chakra Magic up on someone. They need a stun. In the meantime, Antimage trying to pick up the Keeper of Light. Can they do it though? Rubik, one more hit away from dying. Lifestealer, he doesn't have a rage and he won't be able to get it. 11 HP and Tim gets away with his life. Just fine. He's just gonna walk to base. He's not worried at all. There's no Zeus, no Invoker, no flares from a Clockwork that's running around somewhere else. Just him and the woods walking back to base. And the birds, I should say. Oh, entangles. Careful there. That's basically Windrunner's only enemy here. If she gets an unlucky entangle, she will die. And of course now Anti-Mage, he's out of reach and he has got himself a salve. We'll be able to let it bring to him, even though the Flying Courier is now still in the mid lane, because it just brought something towards Beastmaster, which was a bottle, which is now filled with a haste rune, so that's quite nice. But he is gonna be forced back a bit. He's got 15 last hits. I have to say it's definitely not bad, considering there's also 15 last hits on the Lifestealer, and considering, look at this level difference. We just have level 3 upon Moon, while the Anti-Mage, he is halfway level 4, so he's doing just fine. Even though he's not getting as much farm as he might want to, you know, that's just fine. That's all you need. You need those levels if you're gonna be up an aggressive tri lane. That's all you can wish for. And at some point, Power Rangers have to admit defeat or have to roam around, and you're gonna get your farm then. So levels is more important right now, as we have Beastmaster level 6. And Wisp also almost level 6. He has to be careful though. One roar could mean the end of him, and he knows it too. The bottle is just filled again though. We'll be able to get back to life once more, and we're gonna see which one of these two is gonna be aggressive faster, because both of these heroes are of course heroes that when they're level 6 they want to try to make something happen. Which one is going to be more successful is the question. Shatan might be feeling confident in going against the Wisp, but we've seen that it's not that easy. We do have now the level 6 up on the Wisp as well. He could of course make something happen on his bottom lane again as well. They kind of need that, to be fair. I mean, Anti-Mage, he's just going to be able to farm again. Tri-lane coming here, and they just Prophet just standing around, knowing that this is his job. Standing here, making sure that Harakun is going to be able to get some farm. And Ogre Magi is going to be helping out with the rune again, seeing if it's going to be here. 6-minute rune. In the meantime, Roar going off. Axes will fly. TP in there as well, and that's a first blood. Shatan picking it up. No rune for the Wisp. The rune is going to go towards the Ogre Magi, who was too late with helping out his teammate. And that is the Roar for you. I mean, that's the thing that you want to do. And with the Nature's Prophet being able to TP anywhere on the map, it's very easy to get those pickups like that, especially if you're up against a Wisp, which even though he leveled pretty fast, but he is still a hero that is not the greatest hero that can tank stuff, you know? He kind of needs those bracers or whatever he's gonna be with those gauntlets. He needs the gauntlets because he is otherwise too squishy to be on the mid lane to begin with. And even with the Roar, he's just standing there getting hit on. So that is a pretty decent kill for Natural 9 as they're pulling themselves ahead of this game. I have to say, this Anti-Mage though still looks pretty dangerous. We're gonna see if they're gonna be able to keep this pressure on like this though, because of course, I mean, at some point we're gonna see Wisp jumping around with those well, whichever he wants to jump around with, to be fair. Probably gonna be the Lifestealer, and so far of course also this guy happily farming. We should keep an eye on him because, or we should not keep an eye on him because he's boring and he's just farming, not doing anything else that's interesting. But he is gonna be farming here, and he is gonna be of a influence later on in the game, because so far he is highest on last hits, 37 for 8, 37 for 9 now even. Windrunner though, at the same time, keeping up as well. She is 27 for 3. She's doing just fine also. She's got herself mana boots, which is quite interesting to see. Risk going for mana boots rather than the face boots that we saw in the previous game, for example. Or the game that we just jumped into for a moment there. But pretty interesting, and yeah, it will work out. It will work out for sure. I mean, it's nice to have when you're playing with a Beastmaster there, who's also gonna need that mana, and I mean, gonna spam out those power shots, right? Let's see where they're gonna find. Looking for someone. Looking for Tim, actually. Tim, there's gonna be a stun. Oh, telekinesis for us, but open wound as well. There goes Illuminate flying through. Kodot that TP's in. I'm not sure if that's the right choice. He's gonna try to pick up the Keeper of Light, the one hit away from dying, but here comes the Wisp helping out, and Axis will pick him off still though. Roar going off now on the Ogre Magi. Here comes Harakun, picks him off. It's a double kill going the way of the Anti-Mage, which is not something that you really want to give him, and Cat will just TP away with his teammate. Keeping them back, giving them back to safety. Pulling them back to safety. And it was actually, yeah, Wisp Sorry, Keeper of Light and Ogre Magi went down to the Anti-Mage, and Ogre Magi getting actually a double kill for him as well. Now open wounds up on Shaitan. He has not got his roar anymore, and he probably will die here, depending on how fast Moon can keep up. And if there's gonna be any support for someone, and oh, no, he's turning around, knowing that there could be supporting coming, and knowing that there maybe, well, there probably was supporting coming, because Ruby coming from the side. Even though it's level 3, the telekinesis is still pretty dangerous to deal with. And I know that the Gauntlets could be going for an urn, but we saw a previous game that he did not go for that urn until very late. But we'll see if he still... Yeah, he probably still is going to go for that. In the meantime, top lane, TP was in there to try and help out Shackle. Ledges Lone Druid towards Achievement. He's already turned into bear form, so he might be tanky enough to turn this around. If he gets an entangle on Godot, needs entangle. Bear. No entangles? Okay. Okay. Wisp helping out. Entangle. There we go. Gonna go for Godot. We'll be able to pick him up. Nice kill on Windrunner. Still alive. Yay, but, you know, probably would be happier if there was actually a kill out of that one. I mean, it was a gank up on the Lone Druid, and they ended up giving him a kill, and that's something that's dangerous. I mean, the same thing as giving an Anti-Mage a double kill. Might not be as dangerous, but it's still quite nice to have. In the meantime, Goldgrave is back towards the 0 line as the open wounds hit up on the Anti-Mage. Illuminate flying through as well, but he is able to blink away in 2 seconds again, but is it going to be in time? Yes, it is. He should be able to. He is able to. A ring of health to make sure that he can just stand there, heal up, and then continue back to farming. Not really needing any support experience. Graph down towards the 0 line as well, but still 1k in favor of Netral 9 because they did pick up that double kill there. And I mean, later kills give more experience, yes, and that is why we see it drop down again towards Power Rangers also because of that kill up on that Nature's Prophet. But I mean, the small difference is still going towards Netral 9. As we still have, ooh, nice Shackle, but can they go in on it? Power Shot was already on cooldown, so they can't really anticipate on this. And they will be backing off as we have still the Trilon on the bottom lane, which is quite painful for this Lifestealer's levels, but he is getting some farm, so that is nice for him, I guess. But we do have Ogre Magi already level 6, we've got Keeper of Light still at level 5. But multicasts are pretty important. They know that Anti-Mage is still around there. Probably. They guess that Anti-Mage is still around there, I guess. But the exclamation mark came out, the pink came out from ZXC, then they now see him TPing coming as well from the Beastmaster. They want to go for that roar, needing to get that roar blink in, finding ZXC on the wrong side, gets a stun, doesn't get a multicast though, will probably still go down. 4 heroes here from Netral 9, and that is gonna be the end of the Ogre Magi. I mean, it didn't matter who was standing there, whoever was standing there was gonna be dead. No questions asked. It's just too much right there. As Windrunner gonna go for that mechanism. No real surprise. Probably gonna go for 4 staff later on. Pretty standard stuff for the Windrunner, apart from those mana boots. But those are actually making her able to get to stay on the lane a bit longer and just spam out those power shots. And more importantly, if you're up against a Lone Druid, you know that you're gonna be your lane is gonna be pushed. Because I mean, that's Lone Druid's bear. You can just do that. So you want to be able to spam out those power shots to push the lane back. Because that's what you need to do. Oh, if they kill off the bear now, there's no resummon. They probably know that as well, so you have to be careful there. More Ignites flying against the Anti-Mage. He's gonna be fine with that though. And the Honk is making sure that he's not gonna get ganked by any more than he can handle, or at least he knows what's going on. As we do have the Beastmaster back inside the middle lane, I have to say, these teams, I mean, there's now 7 kills in 12 minutes, and we have seen, of course, PR before with this kind of lineup, and they were going for a lot more aggression, but they realized so far that their aggression hasn't really worked out as intended, or at least not as good as we've seen it happening earlier on. So they're trying to moderate it slightly, but still being everywhere on the map, and they do take the first tower in the game, which is a tier 1 tower bottom. So they do get that one, but they're not going to be as mobile again. And in the meantime, their mid tower going to get harassed. Actually, Anti-Mage also helping out there. Here comes an Illuminate from the Keeper of Light, though, trying to force it back. Tower will probably still drop. And they're not going to be able to get a deny either. Or are they? Or are they? Keeper of the Light doing the deny. Nice job. Open wounds up on the Beastmaster. He has got a roar. Sentry ward being placed. They know he's invisible. They can't find him, though, and they will. One more hit away from dying. Oh, there we go. Wisp Spirits get the kill. Only kill there. The rest of Netral 9 was able to get himself out. I can't believe that guy actually got a deny, and it's a Keeper of the Light with... Not... Oh, where'd they go somewhere? Where'd they go? Top lane! Multicast! Windrunners! Dead. well, bury her beneath the tree, and that's what's the first kill that was done on the Windrunner. And this will also open up for the tier 2 tower, or tier 1 tower to go down. Well, in the meantime, tier 1 tower mid also will be pushed because they just got the Beastmaster kill there. So this is what we were talking about, or what I was talking about. I mean, you're not talking anyway, so this is what I was talking about. With PR being everywhere on the map. I mean, they're just making sure that they get the advantage somewhere, and then surprised by going to somewhere else as well, where they knew that there was just one hero, because the rest was just backing off from an encounter in the mid lane. So, nice. They're not going to get the middle tower, though. They do get some HP off it. They might not even get the top tower either, because Risk is already back towards the top lane, or at least on his way. Even using Windrun to make sure that he can do that. And of course, he has got his mana boost. He can just do that and use that way. As we have Moon actually rotating towards the jungle to continue farming there. He picked up a recipe for the armlet. I'm quite curious to see what build this guy's going for, though. Previous time he went for, yeah, he's gonna go for the same thing again. So he's gonna go for the Maelstrom. I will have that, and we'll be a bit more aggressive after that. So it's fitting in their pattern of not having this this 4-on-1 thing going on for too long. Especially since they can't really afford it, since they have got an anti-mage against this. And for the people that are wondering, everybody is allowed to stream these games because they are all open for in Dota TV. I know that some people are talking about that, about players also streaming their matches. If they have got the delay on, everything is okay. They need to have the delay on, though. 2 minutes delay, so that everybody is on the same delay with the Dota TV on there. Which is also why my stream has got a 2-minute delay, so if you shout to me about something, I will only see it 2 minutes after shouting time. Now let's see what these people are all building. We already know Risk. He's going for the mechanism. Still does, rather. Shatan, he picked up a point booster. He's gonna probably go for Naganims, just making sure that he can shout at his roar a bit more often. If they're gonna get pushed, then they need to have that ready. They need to be ready for some harassment. And hello, Cat. So even if he's not that far ahead, well, I mean, I remember, of course, the MTW game. I thought he picked up the Dagon because he knew, like, you know what, this game is gonna be ours, because it was pretty one-sided, that game. He is still going to be going for the Dagon. That gives a lot of burst damage, and it's great to pick off someone like the Rubik, or even yeah, Nature's Prophet and the Windrunner. For anti-mage, though, it's not the best, because of course it's an anti-mage, so he has got that spell shield, but it will still help out. And they're gonna go somewhere. They're gonna go for the anti-mage still, even with it. Yeah, Dagon being used. Blinking Way is there, though. They know where he was gonna go. Spirit's still hitting. Now Spirits are gone. Only one left. Can they get him? They blink away again. That's why you can't really gank the anti-mage. Not that easy. Oh, Risk. Oh, Risk. Ignite first. And there comes the stun still also. Here comes the stun still also. Is there going to be an entangle? He needs to have that entangle. He's waiting for that entangle. Now he's too late with the stun, though. Sprout helping out. And that was slightly too much hesitation coming off from ZXC. Hoping for that entangle first. I think. Anyways, that was the reason why he waited. Anti-mage still pretty low, of course, from that gank, but he's just going to continue farming anyway. In the meantime, though, it's going to be Wisp by himself who's going to try to take him down. Oh, Velo Dagon! Sorceries. What's sorceries? Well, that was a Dagon, and that's the exclamation mark from anti-mage. Guys, that Wisp's got a Dagon. We need to stop that guy. And he's about there, so stop him. But he has got a haster, and he's just fighting. There's nobody else of the team of Natural 9 that can do something about that. In the meantime, what is this Lone Druid doing? Wants to get an entangle. Oh, and gets it too. Hello, Risk. Bye, Risk. I think one more hit. There we go. Roar coming in from the side, though. They want to get the Lone Druid. Axis will fly out. Needs to get another entangle. Gets the entangle. Sprout is up as well, and here comes Tim. And he stole the... oh, nice. He stole the battle cry, which is not that bad, actually. It just lasts for a very short period of time. Just 8 seconds. But yeah. I'm not sure if you can trade your life like that. Wow. Let's hope I'm not losing my voice, right? Or, well, some might be happy about it, but I won't be. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Let's just do that. Wait a second. I'll wait for Tim to do something. He's just standing there looking at his new battle cry spell. While the Illuminate flies through, they just want to get some pressure on this tower, it looks like. But with Nature's Prophet there, they can just defend. So they're not using the Nature's Prophet to go for pushing those lanes, as we normally see Nature's Prophet being used.
Middle tower
But we're
is
gonna
under
see
attack.
Godot being that defensive player, just making sure that those lanes are not going to be pushed as easily by a Keeper of Light as they normally are, or a Lone Druid for that matter, because both are pretty heavy push heroes. As they're gonna try to kill someone off. Here they go. It's gonna be the Windrunner. Gotta Windrunner herself away though, and this time is there gonna be an entangle? Need an entangle. Oh, doesn't get it. Shackle doesn't latch. Entangle. Boom. No. Take 3. No entangle still. That'll cry. Ignite. No. 4 hits. No entangle. Windrun. TP. 5 hits. No entangle. Doesn't matter though. Multicast coming off and CXC picking up the kill. Well, Lone Druid. He was lucky sometimes, but then all of a sudden, all of his luck just leaves him. 5 hits. No entangle. Happens. To be fair, that shouldn't happen. Look, 20%. 5 hits should get 1 entangle, but nope.
Shut up and say thank you.
Whoa, those urn charge thingies are pretty big. But that's indeed what Wispa's going for, and he's gonna go for a mechanism still as well, though. It's the same build as we have been seeing the rest of the game, rest of the games, I should say, as well. So we still got Antimate's going for that Battle Fury. I mean, he got those levels very fast, but he didn't get that much farm. And we actually, oh my god, shame on me. I haven't switched to net worth just yet. So he's not doing, not doing bad at all. He's got 2600 gold, but Lone Druid is still ahead of him. We're gonna see how it's gonna work out late game though, because everything can still happen. We do have an entangle here up on Shatan, so he was lucky for that, but can't get him. Shatan still has that roar up his sleeve as well, so Lone Druid probably knows that and doesn't want to be ganked. So it's gonna be very careful here, as we have another push in the mid lane. And that's actually a recall, so everybody join and everybody gather and be here. As that's actually Lone Druid being called there, or is it not? No, it was on the top lane, but probably Moon being called, but he just went for the Antimage, who was able to blink away. So, as we can't really do something there anymore. Well, I don't know what I just said. I forgot already. Oh, well. Tower down.
Radiant's middle tower
Was picking
has
up the
fallen.
tower. Meantime, oh. Lone Druid gonna be, and I don't think he should continue pushing here. I mean, Windrunner being around here. The rest of the team of Natural 9 though is playing pretty defensive. I mean, they're really banking on that anti-mage right now. Their towers are being picked off to pieces. There's now 2 towers behind for Natural 9. They only got the tier 1 tower mid. We do have the gold graph also in favor of Power Rangers, of course. 3k gold almost in their favor, which is not that much. 20 minutes into the game. But yeah, experience graph. That's also, I mean, it's in favor of Power Rangers, but I mean, there's not that many kills, so it's not going to be that much in favor. Only 3 kills, and it's still not by that much, so anything can still happen. And the main difference would be the amount of carries on the team, with of course Lifestealer and Lone Druid up against an Anti-Mage, and the rest is all mostly semi carries. We're gonna see which one is gonna be victorious. Now, of course, Natural 9, they are probably not that worried because they were up against a similar carry lineup in the previous game. Klinks and a Lifestealer, they had to deal with that game, and they were able to do that. Now, I have to say, Klinks versus Lone Druid is pretty different, especially before the tankiness of the two. Oh, look, it's gonna be back here, but you know, it's gonna be fine. Bye, Windrunner. Oh, multicast, but he just teleported back. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Well, that's a 4 staff from the Ogre match, by the way, to get himself out of there. Okay, I was distracted there. I'm smelling food. It's also getting me distracted. 1200 gold up on the Anti-Mage. And right now, I mean, we look at the gold per minute. We see 377, and we know that right now, with Power Treads, with the Battle Fury, his gold per minute is gonna be going up, 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 and only up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ooh. What are they doing? Where are they going with 3 on the bottom lane? 4 actually. We also have the Wisp being here. Still Dag on level 1. Probably is gonna keep it at level 1 as well, but we might see, depending on how rich it's gonna get. I'm just keeping the gold per minute open because I always personally find it enjoyable to see that if there's an Anti-Mage in the game. I mean, I don't find it enjoyable if there's an Anti-Mage in the game, you kind of know why. But to see that gold per minute go up that fast is quite impressive to see. So that's fun. So it was on 377 just a moment ago. Consider that. Of course, there's a tower going down at the same time. That helps, and it gives a lot of gold. Can I draw on the minimap? There we go. In the meantime, tower going down the bottom lane as well. That was a tier 2 traded for tier 1. I'm not really sure if that was worth it, but so far so good. We have got a Sanj up on Moon, who's gonna be chased down. Rubik raging now and turns around. Open wounds with TPing in as well. We're going up on the life stealer, but it's already Rubik that goes down to the Dagon of Cat. Can they get more? Can they get the Beastmaster? They should be able to. Stun is there, and that should be a kill. Life stealer picking it up now. Anti-Mage gets a stun and blinks himself away, but not in time. And Life stealer gets himself the kill. And that is 3 kills going away of Power Rangers. Great TP coming in from the Wisp. And well, that is just some good teamwork. All came in just to help the Life stealer. Infest helped out, getting 2 kills, and it's gonna be a Heaven's Halberd for the Life stealer. So they realize they're up against a solo anti-mage. Solo anti-mage, it sounds bad, but you know, it's the main carry of Natural 9, the anti-mage. That's the one that they have to be worried about. The rest they can take. The anti-mage is the one they should be scared for. But that's why they get a Heaven's Halberd. They need to be able to disarm him to make sure he's harmless, and Heaven's Halberd is great for that. And they're gonna try to push down a tier 2 as well. Because we have got Nature's Prophet. I mean, with his Hand of Midas, he's not doing that bad. But he died twice, and he's not doing so fast in the farm. He's gonna go, of course, for an Orchid, but we're gonna see him being very, very late with that. Now, I say everything like this as if Power Rangers has got this game in the bag, but like right about this time, I probably jumped into the game that was Natural 9 versus U-Boat, and Natural 9 was able to turn that around as well. We're gonna see if they're gonna be able to do that this game as well, though. I have to say, that time Harakun was a lot more farmed than he is right now, of course, on the anti-mage. Roar going off on the Ogre Magi. Can they actually go in on that Ogre Magi though? What just got stolen by the Rubik? It was again the battle cry. And they're just gonna go for this tier 3. They get it too though. Lone Druid, he still has the Aegis, so he's just gonna let his bear continuously attack, gonna give his life for that barracks. He can. Nice telekinesis stun, but it doesn't really do that much. Anti-mage cannot fight. That is why he's still mid, pushing a tier 2, seeing if he can get something down there. Nice shackle once again. Getting the bear stuck to Cat, but I mean, they get the barracks anyway. That's 1 set of Rex down on the side of Natural 9. And TP's out on Wisp and Lone Druid. In the meantime, Anti-Mage did get tier 2 though, so that's quite nice. And we do see his gold going to 431 per minute as we have Wisp TPing away. Oh, TPing bottom, has to be careful. Whoa, doesn't have to be careful. Picks up the Rubik with the Dagon. And multicast now also up by Shaitan. Oh, Shaitan goes down. This could be bad. Anti-Mage though will TP right in the hands. Or sorry, we have Wisp TP'd right in the hands. He can't still TP through, or can he? No, Lone Druid. He has to run. He has to run fast and blink himself away. No entangles for him this time. Hopefully for him. Bear is super fast though. Tried to bounce him, but he just got away at the last moment. As the rest of PR backing off there. Oops. Going away from the top line. They got the barracks anyway, they don't need to be there anymore. Need to probably take down a tier 2 mid and then continue pushing there. Well, Anti-Mage is just fighting against the clock right now. Like, this is basically, yeah, it's fighting against the clock. This is how it works. Is Anti-Mage going to be big enough to take on Power Rangers before Power Rangers take the game? And this is gonna, yeah, Eric can't farm mid anymore. Probably could have seen ZXZ trying to go for that stun, but with that Force Staff in him, but you know, just going for control. Just forcing him back and making sure he can farm is also important. Keeping him moving about without getting farm. While, of course, Lone Druid is just clearing out the jungle of the Radiant, and we do see the control for the Dire. I mean, it's there. They've got the wards, they've got the control, and they've got also the Windrunner. That was a TP for him, just him. Dagon being used for that, of course. Last hitting from Cat, it's gonna be very easy without kill steals with that Dagon. And they want to go for the Lone Druid. Can they get him though? Silence is up there, but look at this bear. He still has, oh, the Aegis actually disappeared. Bear going down, so that's a big catch already, and we won't see the Lone Druid summoning a new bear, or will we? Oh, what a lucky entangle. But if the bear dies now, he's gonna be even further away from home, because and he will die, and the bear will die, and this is bad. This is very bad, because when he comes back alive, even though Ogre Magi still picks up the Nature's Prophet, well, actually, Wisp getting that. Yeah, nice. Buyback from the Lone Druid, actually, but he doesn't have a bear. That's the painful part. He doesn't have a bear, as Lifestealer also picks up the Beastmaster, by the way. That was the Blood Poodle, that was the Beastmaster. So this is a Lone Druid. He just got caught here, that's why he's here so fast. There's of course a lot of movement with these 2 heroes, with the recall from the Keeper of Light and of course the relocate from the Wisp. But he doesn't have a bear. What is he gonna do with just Just tranquil boots. It's gonna be here for the experience, I guess. And of course, with only the anti-mage and the Windfall alive, they can take this tier 3 tower. Should be able to, but without the bear, it's going a lot slower. They're still gonna get it though. Moon just raging and doing that shackle ledges on the real bear on the monster. The tower still goes down. There goes the stun still. Then they go for more mana leak up on the anti-mage. Ignite there also. Telekinesis now up on the Ogre Magi. Is just standing still in the air, getting shackled as well. Illuminate will fly through though. Open wounds up on the anti-mage and the kill. Dagon getting the last hit. Anti-mage fights back though. Roar up on the lifestealer now. And he will drop as well as we have his dominating strike being illuminated. Yeah. Eliminated because it illuminates from the Keeper of Light. So, wow. Freudian word slip or however you say that. We do have people dying left and right. Nature's Prophet going down. And of course the godlike streak of the Wisp went down as well. As Keeper of Light is going to get dropped off. And now the Ogre Magi as well. And this is the time when Anti-Mage is able to turn stuff around. Is it enough? Is it enough to take back the game from Power Rangers? We'll only see. But it's a start. It's definitely a start. They still have to deal with that lane though. Continuously. They can't leave their base for a very long period of time. Because then the lane will push in. And their tier 4 towers will be under attack. And you don't want that. What's the board doing there? Awkward. But it's good. It's a start. Natural 9 starting to make the comeback, and this would be a big comeback if they get it also. It is 10k gold in favor of Power Rangers. Experience graph 12k, but it's dropping back. And they picked off everybody, apart from the Lone Druid again, I believe. But he does have his bear once more. And that's lucky. Well, that's a big difference, by the way, in a team fight. That bear makes a big difference, especially if he can get some entangles up there. In the meantime, Nature's Prophet not yet ready to be that semi-carry that he needs to be. Or at least he has got the Orchid, which is nice. But he needs a bit more to be that actual semi-carry. And they need semi-carries, because otherwise it's all on the shoulders of this anti-mage. And you can't do that. Oh, dear God. Risk, trouble, dead. Open wounds, Rubik getting eaten up. Roar going off on Mundo, Illuminate flying through. It's on Godot as well. Gets a Sprout to try and block in Keeper of the Light. Doesn't get it though, and they actually back off. Or do they? Another Illuminate to fly through, but it is one kill for Power Rangers, and they're actually gonna go straight mid. They're gonna have Wisp be here soon too. They can of course summon in with the Keeper of Light if they want to with the recall, but it looks like Wisp is just wanting to go there by himself, and they're actually gonna go for Roshan first because he's gonna be up any moment now. In the meantime, someone's baking cookies. Smells good. Anti-Mage Mount is all complete. I'm curious if it's gonna be enough. I have my doubts, but I'm willing to believe Wisp TPing top, wanting to go for Godot. Godot out of position, dies, multicast. I don't think it matters if there was a multicast or not, but you know, he dies anyways. And they push out top lane and then go back to mid, probably to push there. And it's of course the Aegis in the bear's inventory, so his bear will be continuing to be alive as he picked up his assault grass. And it's probably gonna go for an MKB. I mean, the same build that we saw earlier from him as well in the previous game, so no real surprise there. As well, for those people that wanted to see the full items, here it is. Beastmaster Aghanim's complete by now. We have also got the Basher on the Lifestealer. And buyback coming off from Godot because he doesn't want to give anything away, especially not another set of barracks. They can't lose this, but they will. But they will multicast. Anti-Mage, trouble! Can he buy back? No, he cannot. He cannot die. So far still alive. The power shot going through. We have got the Wisp getting picked off. Oh my god, he is so tanky. And he does go down now. Anti-Mage doing the job, but Anti-Mage will be taking a fall. Supports on the side, pick him off. And now they go for risk. Open wound there. Bear trying to get entangles. Doesn't get them so far though. No lucky bear here. And that's the telekinesis up on Moon. Drop back, drops himself inside the bear. Bear should be able to get away because he's fairly tanky. In the meantime, the supports just bash on the barracks, and they get it as well. That's another set of racks down. And they will probably be backing off, maybe still going towards the mid lane though. I mean, the anti-mage is dead. Godot is dead again, and we already saw him buying back earlier. I Shadowblade Ogre Magi. Okay, why not? It happens. And we're gonna see them probably rotating mid. I mean, what's there to stop them, right? Or what do they think? They think there's a lot to stop us. They're actually gonna go back. Not wanna risk anything. 26 seconds until Anti-Mage is back. We're gonna see. Blink dagger up on the Rubik. 4 staff still being built by the Winter Knight. I mean, it's taken quite a long time. She's died 6 times. There's only been a 5 out of the 11 kills, which is, I mean, there's not that many kills on the board to begin with, of course. Which is quite surprising considering there's a Nature's Prophet, so you would expect people to TP in and get a bit more kills out of that. But to be fair, I mean, that aggressive tri lane from Power Rangers, even though it wasn't as great as it could have been, it was enough to shut down the Anti-Mage. I mean, I just already said about, you know, buying time, having that window of opportunity. I said I'm not sure if I talked about that in this game actually, because I talk about it in a lot of games. So you might have heard this zillion times before. But I mean, if you're up against an Anti-Mage, you're fighting against a clock one. Oh, I did say that. Yeah. So shutting down the Anti-Mage early game might not be enough to stop him totally. But you are opening that window a bit further, so you are increasing your time that you have to get ahead in the game. I'm not sure why he's standing still. It's just a mana leak. It's just a mana leak. He can do stuff. They know that Ogre Magi is standing there. The pings come off. And he's standing there buffed with the bloodlust, so the tree's not really hiding him either. And they're just gonna go Illuminate flying through. Blinding Light doesn't hit anything. Everybody preparing. This could be the final battle for Natural 9. Are they ready for it? From the side, here comes the Ogre Magi. Are they landing a stun? Telekinesis up on the Lone Druid. Shackle up on the Bear also, as Anti-Mage is trying to go for something. Doesn't want to overextend though. Here comes a 4-star forward from the Ogre Magi. Roar up on Ogre Magi. And here comes Lifesteal though. It's going up, that goes down. Nice Shatan on the run, getting slowed down. Spirits are hitting. 4-star forward doesn't save him. Lifestealer getting a double kill for Moon. And that's gonna be a tier 3 tower going down. Anti-Mage still alive, but they can't stop this tower from dropping right now. And are they going to be able to stop the barracks? I don't think so, and they don't think so either. They call it GG, so it will be Power Ranger that will go to the winner's bracket finals. Natural 9 being hereby dropped back to the losers bracket. And there's going to be a tower going down here as well, as we're waiting for everybody to disconnect. So, in case you're wondering what you're actually watching, you're watching the StarLadder Qualifiers. There's one team that can still get into the Star Series of StarLadder. Of course, the spot that is to be filled was formerly owned by Weization, but they dropped out since they disbanded. And we have 16 teams fighting in a double elimination bracket with best out of 1s, apart from the finals being best out of 3s. Those 16 teams are fighting for that 1 slot. And Power Rangers so far having 3 wins to their name, ending up in the winners bracket finals. And we're gonna see which game we're gonna see next. Stick around. My name's Sheever. If you want to support me, by the way, you can do multiple things. You can subscribe to my YouTube on youtube.com/SheeverGaming. You can go to Twitch. You're watching a Twitch right now. You can follow me there. You can subscribe to me there, or you can turn off ad block, or you can just say thank you. That helps as well. And you can also follow me on Twitter and on Facebook, which is both at the extension SheeverGaming. So facebook.com/SheeverGaming or twitter.com/SheeverGaming. Anyway, let's see what game we have up next. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. More Dota 2 is gonna come up, and we're probably gonna see at least 3 more games, maybe 2. We'll see. I think we have at least 3 more games. Not sure. Stick around. We'll find out.